So we're just waiting for Tanay. Just talk about college and dropping out, and you guys can actually ask the questions live in the chat, and we will. The questions button I think is broken. I can see the questions button, but you guys can't see it. That happens on Instagram sometimes. It's just they don't care about this app anymore. Cool guys. So just ask me directly, and let's see if we can start chatting. Cool. Please let us know about public
service. Yeah.
Public service exams. Tanay, all you.
See, anyway, public jobs are less than 1% today, or maybe 2% at most. Even that is a lot, which I'm saying. The kind of job which you want to do to get in, it would be a big problem, because there are certain reservations and the number is very small, because public service openings open only when someone dies. So the lifespan is increasing and you don't get in easy. If your target is public service exams, maybe you are at the wrong place, I would say. But even if you want to do, suppose you want to give IAS, how would going to college help you? You don't need engineering BTech degree to become an IAS. You can just be a BA, BCom, anything, any degree which does not need a lot of money or time investment, and you can prepare for that. In tech, I don't know about public service exams. I don't see there are public service a lot hiring going on. Understand that this is more about generic things, right? Where everybody gets a job, everybody gets a job security. Public service is not that area wherein everybody gets a job, and you should not, in a government, you should not hope from the government to give you jobs. The government's job is to create opportunities for entrepreneurs to create jobs and not create jobs directly. So that's my answer to this.
Okay. So I think my answer to public service, see, I've worked in the private sector a lot, in the sense that JobsFire, to give you guys some background, we served 3.5 million requests in 2016, worked with 1,500 recruiters, including Uber and Swiggy, and some of the biggest recruiters, in fact, Paytm. And we worked with so many applicants that we have not really worked in the government sector, because we did not have an exposed API from the government to help people find jobs there. So my experience there is limited. But in general, I think that public sector is very good for certain type of people who are not the most creative in the world, but who really want that job security, because their financial situation is not the great. If your financial situation is extremely, extremely poor, and your responsibility is, I will build the stability so that my next generation can take a few risks, then the public sector is for you, right? And that's as much as I know about the public sector. In fact, my knowledge on the IAS exams is very low, in the sense I don't exactly know the structure there, but what I lack there, I make up in the private sector, because that was my bread and butter for 3 years, right? So that's that about the public exam. Now let's take another question.
So other question which I liked was, what about placements? Varun, you want to take this up?
Mm-hmm. Which one?
Placements. How would students get placed? College placements.
See, in the past, college placements were, you applied to some dream company, right? You put like 2 or 3 slots so that you don't overcrowd a college, and then you go to the interview, and then if they like you in the interview, you get in, right? And in fact, we found in placements the marks don't matter so much, because we came for placements, right? JobsFire. Even Avalon went for placements. So when JobsFire went for placements, we had 300 people applying. When Avalon went for placements, we had 600 people apply, and out of 600, we selected 12, I think, if I remember, in Manipal. Then we went to PES Institute for placements. We went to BMS for placements. We've gone to RV Engineering for placements. So at the end of the day, I think I've spoken to a lot of other guys, who are, see, when I go for placements, I'm the CEO. I know exactly what the company wants. When a TCS goes for placements, it's not the CEO coming, right? It's some random employee of TCS who's one level higher than you, who's responsible for hiring.
Bharo.
Right? So
get on a truck.
Yeah, so it's like that AIB video. Aloo ka kitna aloo chahiye?
So pani fek raha hai.
Right? So I've seen that when junior recruiters go to hire people, it's more an ego thing, right? They're just like, I'm getting the opportunity to flex my powers now. So I will, pick somebody, ye banda acha hai because his emotion. But that's never true. Like I found that there are some people in my team who can barely speak English, but they are fantastic at what they do, right? Whether it be code or whatever. And I I can guarantee you a junior recruiter would just be like, this person has zero communication skills, I'm not taking this person. But I was like, okay, I gave that person a task and I realized it doesn't matter what this person's communication skill is, because there's a hidden layer. The person is also an introvert. There's a hidden layer of, actual technical skill below this. So they'll miss out on all that. So in college placement, it's all about shosham, right? When you go into the placement. So if you speak well, if you're able to present yourself well, then you get a job. It doesn't matter how good you were. I keep saying this, right? In a class, the most efficient guy is the guy in the middle benches, not the front bench guy who's sitting and kissing up to the teacher, not the back bench guy who's throwing paper planes, but the middle bench guy who's actually there to focus, and he's the hidden guy. He doesn't talk so much, but he never gets chosen to be the class rep. He never gets chosen to be the class monitor. The class monitor or the president of the school is always the popular guy or the popular girl who's loud and who communicates well. But when it comes to a job, especially most of these roles, it's not that usually works. But junior recruiters don't know this, so they pick anybody who they think whose acting is good. So I found that if you want to excel at college placements, act like going to drama club. Just be like, I really passionately care about this problem, and you guys are doing an amazing job, and we should do this, and you should have a brilliant idea. But if you guys, this doesn't work online, right? Online, it's purely like your history. If you've done things, and that's the thing, right? If you're saying that TCS, 75% of their placements are going to be online, I mean, 75% of their workforce is going to be working from home, then 75% of their placements is online, right? Obviously, you're not going to walk out of your house just for the placements, right? If your work is online. So 75% of the placements are online, you can't shut down the rest of the crowd, because there's some people who are introverts, some people who are extroverts, right? The extroverts usually speak so loud that they suppress the introverts, right? But online, you can't do that. It's one-on-one, right? And even if there's a group, everyone will get 5 minutes to talk, right? So in situations like that, your history, what you've done in the past, is more important than your acting, right? So that's how placements, in my opinion, are going to evolve. And if you want to get placed online, job boards, there's so many remote work from home job boards now. Referrals, for sure, referrals if somebody's already working there, and networks like, say, the Avalon Army, say Team Tane. I think Team Tane, especially if you do code, Team Tane is probably one of the best places to be, because I think through a 1 degree or 2 degree connection, you can get into any company in India. Right? That's what I think, or any tech company in India. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
Now we have got people from Google, Uber, everyone in Team Tane. Like, everybody is there to mentor people. It's not a one person army anymore. And with the job challenge thing,